and you're watching EURWeb.com. I'm at the Lou Gossett Jr. book signing. Stay tuned to hear what he had to say. What inspired your new book?
What inspired my new book? My whole life. My whole life inspired my new book. And what's your name?
Harmony.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You do you expect people to gain your new book?
Well, to know more about me. So I hope you get to know more about me, and I hope it's okay.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. The prettiest reporter I've ever seen in my life. That's for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss.
We're going to get married tomorrow, right? Okay. But next Labor Day 2011, will mark my 60th professional year. It seems like a goodbye, just like that. It's amazing how, when you look back at the life, I read my own book and I didn't know who that was. Because of the stuff that I've experienced. But we all experience something like that in our lives. We kind of, as we grow, like that young lady there, kind of take it for granted, then we get older, and we think back, boy, you know what happened back then, you know what I meant back then? I talked to Lou Gossett Jr. I'm going to say that thing too. When I come back the second time, I'm going to say I come back and I talk to you. So, why did I do this book? I felt myself full of secrets, full of stories, full of things that I needed to pass on to the next generation, to everybody who would listen. That seemed natural because that's the way we used to be. That's the way we used to be in Africa. We passed our stories on in history orally. And somewhere during the Middle Passage, there was an attempt, of course, to keep us from communicating with one another. And yet it never did go away because we still passed on our stories in slavery, orally. And it's a miracle that some people, even during slavery, became world famous in other parts of the world by passing on the story, doing what the generation is supposed to do, one generation at a time, to prepare you for womanhood and manhood. And somewhere along the line, our story was interrupted so that we couldn't get strong, and that's the way it was. No feeling good or bad about that, that's just the way it was. And then somewhere during integration, some of us lost our way because we hoped to go get that golden ring that we were now have been allowed to reach, go to the proper schools and aspire to the right things. And that turned out to be maybe that carrot in front of the donkey. You know, and so I know you can identify that before integration, we had no choice but to be responsible for all our children and to one another. Everybody had something to do with the old ladies, but way before the cell phone. If a young lady or young man was doing bad, mom would know about it when she got home. And we took very good care of one another. Nobody was hungry. We were poor, but nobody was hungry. Right. Everybody was taken care of, and that's the way we used to do it way back from Africa. So my experiences going around this world as a young man, and then a younger man, a little older, and 5 or 6 or 7 times going around this world, to try and connect the dots, to give a message to the next generation seems very natural.